How y'all are this afternoon? It's your buddy George Jones over at the Bergen Gun Range with my next installment of Let's Shoot a New Gun. But first, I'd like to inform you about my wife has started a GoFundMe page to help pay my final expenses when I'm gone, funeral, transportation and medical expenses. And I didn't like the idea of it to begin with, but you know, I've been taking cancer treatments now for over a year, and there's a lot of money tied up in it. If you can help us out, that'd be great. I'd like to get her in a position to where she doesn't have to move out of the house and sell everything off and move into a trailer park someplace. Anyway, having said that, now there's a link in the description on the video. Just click on it and see what you think. Having said that, y'all are. This is your buddy George Jones over here at the Bergen Gun Range with my next installment on Hey, Let's Shoot a New Gun. So the gun we're shooting today is the Axis Savage Axis line, which is the most economical, uh, most economical high-powered rifle, hunting rifle you can buy in America today. Thompson Center manufactured a few that were about the same price, but the Savage Axis is an economy-priced, high-powered rifle that's got all the attributes of their uh, high-end rifles, put into a economy priced rifle. The stock is, polymer, which is cheap to make, but adequate. It has a limb saver on it. It's actually a limb saver butt plate. It's pretty soft. Uh, the butt can be shortened and used as a youth model. So you can pull this off there, pull that spacer off there, put this back on there, and you can shorten it up by 1.5 inches, giving you a youth model pull length. This one is in 308, and if you watch this channel, you know I've got one of these things in 223 as well. And buddy, it unzips groundhogs good. It lays coyotes down good. Um, I got this guy because, well, I got it last year, and I just never made a video with it uh, because, well, I wanted something a little better. Uh, I had the notion I just had to have another gun. Now, we're starting to sell stuff off. But I'm going to try and hang on to this guy because it's a good deer rifle. I can climb up in the tree stand and sit there and don't have to hunt and stalk. And, my situation being sitting is better than walking every time. I got this at Knob Creek. It cost right at $360. I applied a Caldwell bipod to the end of it, um, so I can lay down, shoot prone, get that groundhog when he comes out if I have to. Coyotes and so forth. A couple of my friends up in Louisville have got absolutely obsessed with coyote hunting. I've been going out with them, and if I get in a stand or get in a blind and post up, I do pretty good. I put the Simmons 8-point on it, which is just about the most perfect deer hunting scope there is. That's why they call it the 8-pointer. They market it as the 8-pointer, and it's just an outstanding scope to put on this type of rifle. It is, what is it, 3x9, isn't it? No, it's 4x9, sorry. And I like the way the scope is made because you can adjust it over to 9 and glass an area, and the focus is really easy to use. And you can pull the focus right back to the 4-power, the 5-power, whatever you got it sit on. So, the other ones is like they're hard to change the focus on. And but you can use your scope as glass, which is great. You don't have to carry binoculars unless, of course, you mistakenly go out there and glass the game warden. Then it does, then it don't work so good. But so we've been over here getting a Sub-Zero on this gun, and I loaded up some gallery loads for it. And what I did was I loaded up some 1250 feet per second, 120 grain Spire Point lead with a gas check with 12.0 grains of unique, which is a nice gallery load, and that's why we're shooting over here on the pistol range with it. I loaded these guys up to go after groundhog. $1 a shot, you know, for factory ammunition is kind of like, you know, I'm gonna have to go back and re-zero with 150 grain, which is what I always shoot, factory ammunition for hunting. But you know, these guys I can produce for about 10 cents a round, and they're fun to shoot. Everybody gets to shoot them, you know, it's okay. All right, the Axis. When it comes out of the box, it doesn't have anything on it. So anything you want to add to it, you got to buy it. Scope mount was about 20 bucks. I didn't like the rings that came with the Simmons. So, you know, I added different rings to it, and those were about 25 bucks. The scope was about 60, you know, and for just over $400, you know, it's a pretty good gun. All right, let's shoot-atate it a little bit. Let's work on some steel targets with some lead bullets. That's always fun, don't you think? We'll turn that guy right around there like that. Point him down range so you can see what's being fired upon. Level it up because we changed the position of it. All right, like that. Let's get her loaded up. You know, I should have had this magazine loaded beforehand, but you know, this is the Gorilla Channel. It's not exactly what you call everything's perfect. These are fun to shoot. A good recreational shooting load and a good starter load. You know, for training somebody to shoot a high-powered rifle and work them up to recoil and so forth. You know, holds 4. We got 4 in it. Let's put 4 in the magazine. Got 4 in the magazine. Let's put 4 in the gun. There we go. Get some safety glasses on because you never fire a gun you don't have safety glasses on. Get some earmuffs on because it's still pretty loud even though it's a light load. All right, here we go. Oh, that went in there very nicely. All right, let's try the tank plate. See what happens on the tank plate. Oh, I hit the tank plate. See that? That's pretty cool. Let's try the old silhouette. Yeah, that popped nice. I'm afraid to shoot that little guy down. Oh, let's go ahead and shoot it anyway. That whole rack has to be repaired. We might as well shoot it. Yeah. Woo! Got the lead dust flying, buddy. Got the lead dust flying. Yeah. I think it'll hold 4. You know, that's kind of a, for this kind of shooting, only holding 4 is kind of an aggravation. But, you know, you can't shoot 4 deer in a row. I mean, you know. But the magazine's pretty easy to reload. It would be nice if this gun was modified to use like an M14 magazine. You know, for recreational shooting, it'd be pretty cool. Let's see if we can get some more steel swinging. Got a train coming, but we can get some steel swinging anyway. We've got an old train. I'm going to have to yell, but we're going to have to see if we can get that 20, 50 yard steel swinging. hit it. Yeah. All right, one more. Take a hit it. One more. We got one more now. All right, let's see this little bitty target down here that's the bottom of an air tank. Bottom of an air cylinder. All right, boys and girls. We know it shoots. God, get over here. Slinging's kind of an aggravation on a bench. It's what you got to put up with when you're a YouTube creator. Everything seems to go south at the same time. Trains go by, the wind comes in, it starts raining, people show up, what you doing? You know, and you got to stop and start all over again. So, there it is. Savage Axis in 308. It's okay. It's a good rifle. I mean, you know, I know guys out there that hunt with $5,000 deer guns, and I'm like, man, you don't have to have all that to have success. You can get this guy right here and get out and get practicing with it, get good with it, and you can be just as successful as anybody else. You know, and people are funny about that because, you know, last time I was at Wendell Ford, last time I was on Peabody, I had a Boweto 410 on a rabbit hunt. And there was guys out there had $3,000 shotguns, you know, and I had one that cost $100. And then they looked down on me like I was common trash. When we come out of the field, they all had a rabbit apiece, and the game bag in the back of my coat was sagging down like a moonshiner with a load of sugar on. So, you know, is it an economy price gun? Okay, it is. Can you kill game with it? Absolutely, but it's a good gun. All right then, that's about the size of it. Like, share, commentate, and subscribe. Leave me a $1 in the Patreon book if you want to. A little dab in the old GoFundMe. Join the NRA. You know, under new management now, we don't care about shiny suits and private jets and public speaking engagements and things of that nature. And they do so much more than just the lobby. I mean, they give gun ranges grants. They provide firearms education, youth marksmanship programs, and it just goes on and on. Law enforcement, you know, we're practically, the NRA is practically law enforcement training for most European countries. I mean, you know, regardless of what the people in our government say about the NRA, you know, we're practically Quantico. All right then, we'll see y'all. God bless America, God bless Donald Trump, and God bless each and every one of us. We'll see you when we see you. Bye now.